about Harvey Milk, but disregard that. So first I'm going to start off with, when you hear the word milk or the term milk, what comes to mind? Just say it out loud. Milk. Okay, so we'll begin. Think Harvey Milk. So we live in a country that currently only 17 states have legalized gay marriage, and soon it'll be 18 when Illinois gay marriage takes effect in June. I'm critical to talk about this topic because I researched about Harvey Milk for 1 week and want to learn more about him. I'm hoping learning about Harvey Milk will help you better understand why he's a great icon in the LGBTQ community, also known as the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer community, and also as a human rights activist. So, who is Harvey Milk? So who is Harvey Milk? Harvey Milk was born on May 22nd, 1930. He's the first elected openly gay politician in the United States. According to the Harvey Milk Foundation, Milk knew he was gay since he was in high school. In 1973, he ran for city supervisor in San Francisco, and he ran for city supervisor in San Francisco after 3 times and losing. The 4th time was a charm, and he actually won. Before becoming city supervisor, he received death threats, but as he became city supervisor, those death threats multiplied. One of one of Harvey's famous quotes is, "If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet." So regarding the quote, on November 27, 1978, Harvey Milk and the mayor of San Francisco, George Moscone, were assassinated by Daniel White. Daniel White was a former city supervisor for San Francisco, and he resigned from his position because he was not supported for his position. So he was kind of opposing gay rights. So Daniel White asked George Moscone if he could have his job back, but Moscone denied his request, so that was the cause of the assassination. So according to Ron Ironman's article titled "Harvey Milk and the Trauma of Assassination" in 2012, when White was in trial, psychologists claimed that junk food was the driver of his assassination. So his trial was also known as the sweeping defense. So eventually they gave Daniel White a 7-year sentence with parole. So this is, well, the first picture is Harvey Milk. The second picture is Harvey Milk with the mayor of San Francisco, George Moscone, and the last picture is Daniel White. So what did Harvey Milk do that was so important? When he was city supervisor, he helped establish 2 laws. One of them was the pooper scooper law. So that meant owners of pets had to pick up their pet species. So he may be the reason why you have to pick up your dog's poop. And the second one was the Briggs Initiative, also known as NOAA Prop 6. And that law stated that there should be no discrimination on your sexual orientation. So Harvey Milk was a visionary. He was a voice for the LGBT community, and he motivated many people to come to be open about their sexual orientation. After he was assassinated, his nephew actually came out stating he was gay. So he encouraged many people. So what impact did Milk have on us? So according to the Harvey Milk Foundation, Milk has been honored in many ways. There's been books and movies about him. One of the books is The Mayor of Castro Street, and another movie that you may have or may not heard is Milk, which I recently seen, and I should recommend it to everyone. And In San Francisco, a high school, library, parks, and a plaza are named after Milk. Another way that we've honored him recently, according to Alicia Banks, on April 22nd, 2012, on an LA Times article, the Postal Service will issue stamps commemorating Harvey Milk. So these stamps will be issued on his birthday, which is May 22nd, in a couple of weeks. So the first picture is actually the movie that I recently seen. The second one is the plaza that they have in San Francisco, and the last one is the stamp that they'll be issuing. So now that I talked about who Harvey Milk is, what he did that was so important, and lastly, how he impacted us nationally, I will conclude my speech. I hope all of you learned something about Harvey Milk and have found him inspiring as I have. He's a great icon in the LGBT community and as a human rights activist. So I will conclude with one of his famous quotes: "If a bullet should ever enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet." Thank you.